Welcome to another episode of Fearless Conversations. Our topic today is going to be practice what you think. Let's jump right into it. How are you going to practice what you think? Well, first of all, you got to control your imagination, right? And you got to figure out what is thought. How do I practice what I think? How is that even possible? Well, it's based on your imagination. There's no way for you to practice what you're thinking if you have no idea how to control your imagination, right? When you figure out this one thing that the imagination is the key to creation, right? And in order for you to imagine something, you have to have space, a clear mind, a clear space to do that. And I don't mean like clear spaces of like land. I mean clear mental space up here, mental land, right? In order for you to practice what you think, you have to be aware of what it is that you're creating mentally. In order for you to practice what you think, you have to find out what it is that you're imagining daily that's creating the thoughts inside of your mind. How is it how is it that my thoughts even come about? How is it that I think anyway, right? Well, thoughts are basically one thing. Thoughts are experiences. Once you've memorized that experience, it then becomes memory. And then when you take that memory, it then becomes the thinking, right? So first you have the experience, right? That's stored up in the brain as memory, right? And then you have the thought, which gives you access to that experience. Experience, memory, thought, right? So here it is. If you can't necessarily go back and change the life experiences that you've had in the past, whether it's been traumatic, whether it's been, happy, if you can't go back and change the past experiences, and we know that based on what we figured out about thinking, our thoughts are based on our experiences. So if we've had horrible experiences in the past and our thoughts are based on past experiences, and we have no control over past experiences, that means we have no control over what we're thinking about currently, right? Okay, cool. So if that's the case, how do we go and change that? How do we change what we're thinking unless we go back and change the experiences? So if I can't change the old experiences, do I have the ability to go and change the new experiences? And we're going to see if we can do that, okay? In order for you to do that, you're going to have to meditate on what it is that you're wanting to, and I don't mean meditate as in cross your legs. I mean, think about it. Think about it, imagine it, feel it. And the only way you can do that is if you start to remove those past experiences. And in order for you to move those past experiences, you're going to have to go into the closet of your mind, find out, look and see what those past experiences are that keep coming up so you can replace them with new experiences. Because once we're able to go inside our mindsets and say, okay, I've had past experiences that's given me trauma, drama, and I'm not feeling it. And I think about that a lot, and it really prevents me from going ahead in life. Okay, cool. Can we replace those experiences with new experiences that give us a new train of thought that gives us access to a new level of life? Because if the old experience is preventing us, can we create new experiences that excel us? The old experiences prevent you. The new experiences allow you. So how do we get rid of the old experiences so we can access new experiences to get a new life? That's the $1 million question, right? How do you practice what you think? First, you have to start being able to watch what it is that you're thinking about. Watch what it is that how do I watch it? Am I a slave to my thoughts? Everything that I think, everything that my mind tells me to do you do it? Are you controlling the thoughts, or are the thoughts controlling you? Right? You can't practice what you think if you're not aware of what it is that you're thinking. There's no way for you to practice what you're thinking. First, there has to be an awareness, a self-awareness of, oh my God, throughout the day, I think some of the most horrible thoughts. They give me anxiety. Sometimes I get depressed because I think about the things that So in order for you to practice what you think about, first you have to be aware of what it is that you're thinking about. And also when you have that awareness, okay, fine. I became aware of what I think about. I'm watching it. Okay, here it is. You're right. Okay, some of the thoughts make me really excited. Okay, cool. And some of the thoughts don't make me really excited. And so the question is, if I'm going to practice what I think about, how is it that you want to feel throughout the day? Do you want to feel miserable? Do you want to feel excited? And what thoughts typically come along with you feeling depressed throughout the day? What thoughts typically come along with you being excited throughout the day? Right. And the only way for you to really know what that is for you to take a second, step back and say, what are my thoughts doing to me? What are my thoughts creating? The life of my dreams or the life of terror? Right. And that's the beauty. Our imaginations are so vivid, they could create the most beautiful life you've ever imagined. Some of us are living that way. Some of us have had a taste of that in the past, maybe as a child, maybe even, you got a promotion or wedding or childbirth. I'm sure God, the universe, is giving you something that said, oh my God, this is really exciting about life, right? So here it is. If you're going to practice what you think about, and you know that, okay, experiences are that's what I think about. I think about my past experiences. Okay, cool. All right. Once I've figured out what experiences are creating certain emotions inside of me, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, then I can make a decision. I can say, okay, what do I want to feel today? And I say that because I can look at my thoughts and then make a decision on what I'm going to entertain throughout the day. What do I mean by entertain? What thoughts are you going to think about? Because first it's the thought, right? And here's the option you have. Everyone thinks. You can't stop thinking, right? That the thoughts won't stop. That you can't do that, right? But what you can do is decide what you're going to think about. The thoughts will come. You choose which ones you think about. So when I say entertain, that's what I mean. Entertain. Okay, cool. I need to put gas in my car. And I think that thought. Do I go into, okay, I wonder how much gas is. Where am I going to go? Should I use unleaded or a premium? Right? You can't stop thinking, but you can't control, you can't stop the thought, but you can control the thinking. You can write that one down. I can't stop the thought, but I can control the thinking. Right? You can do that. You can control the thinking, but you can't control the thought. So in order for you to practice what you're thinking, there's awareness, right? And that awareness comes from you taking a second. And I want to make sure I got some notes here I'm taking. I want to make sure I'm going to make the most value in your time today. In order for you to do that, again, self-awareness is key. In order for you to have any level of self-awareness, you're going to have to move around some of the clutter and the thoughts and the stuff that is bombarding you. And you have the ability to have access to practice what you think. Because at the end of the day, whatever it is that you think about, you bring about. Whatever it is that you focus on seems to show up in your life. And if we realize that we are all in the movie that we've created in our imaginations based on our experiences, right? So if you want to practice what you're thinking about, you want to create a different level of life, then know, okay, I got to get control of my imagination. I got to get control of my thoughts, and I got to figure out which thoughts I want to keep around and which thoughts I don't really need to have in my life, right? So I want you guys to go like, share, follow, subscribe to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. You guys go share this. Thank you so much for everybody who just subscribed. I've been seeing all the subscribers and all the comments. I'm reading everything. Even on TikTok, I've been watching everything too, guys. So thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next episode. Ciao.